So just to reiterate, we've got the 4 little drills so far. The one where you just swing it halfway back, sort of checking the plane, checking that you've cocked and loaded those wrists. The second one was getting it back and then getting it back to halfway down, making sure the club's coming on the right angle, retaining that wrist angle. We've got the third one where we actually start from halfway back, turn and hit balls. So really talking about this halfway back position, that seems to be coming up regularly, getting it back to halfway, making sure it's correct. And then the fourth one was from L to L. So you swing it back to here and then through. So 10 each of those. Great. Now we're gonna hit some balls. Bob's gonna hit some. Give us a little feedback. Probably hit maybe 20 with the Swing Setter Pro, and then finally you just end up hitting a few balls with your own clubs and see if the feel is the same. That's the key.
And again, David, the beauty of those first 4 drills is we probably only took 10, maybe at the most 15 minutes to do them. So it's not a process here where we've got to stay out here all day hitting this. And the other thing that I'd want to make a point of is that, you know, people are always they feel like they're searching when they go practice, and they change their swing thought from one day to the next. With the Swing Setter Pro and going through this program every day, they practice the same thing every day, and it's a repetition that's going to help them improve their game.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Okay, so the 5th drill is going to be simply hitting balls, isn't it? So,
right, so you got the plane pointer out, which is good.
Yep.
And I want to point out too that not only does this help poorer players, but it also helps the better players, as we've seen with the tour players who really were excited about the fact that we're now bringing it out, but just being able to sort of create that timing, because that's what the tour players sometimes lose at times. They really hit it well, and then they lose that timing between the setting of the club and the turning of the body. So you find that players, you always hear about players, good players, their legs outdrive their club. Okay, the hands and the club are lagging, it comes too far from the inside. So by letting it set correctly and really winding up, they're able to use their upper body really to actually help them to turn through the shot, as opposed to we see a lot of good players who sort of back like this and then flip it with the hands. That's where a lot of the hooks come from. But with poorer players, be able to get that club down that right line coming down, boy, your slice is going to be gone. All right, let's see, Bob.
All right.
I just like that noise going back. It becomes sort of mesmerizing, if you will. You hear the click, and it's almost like click. And when you get out on the golf course, you literally got that click going in your mind. You're waiting for your club to click. Obviously, it won't because there's no ball on it. But
for me, it's all about the confidence of it. I mean, this game, let's face it, is all about confidence, isn't it? It's that confidence of knowing that I'm doing it right every time. If I hear that click and that auditory feedback, it just builds that confidence.
Right. And so just talk a little bit about the downswing, which for most people is obviously really important. I mean, we've gone through a few aspects of the swing, but you know, just to reiterate that downswing, the track of the downswing.
Exactly. Well, for the average player, the beauty of this is going to be the plane. They're going to be able to sense that. We've got this plane pointer pointed out, and even the good player is going to pull that out and utilize it.
Yeah.
But as I start my downswing with the lower body, of course, and as I start to unwind those big muscles, I want to make sure that that plane pointer is pointing toward my target line, or toward the line that ball is resting on. As soon as I've got that plane right on my downswing, the rest is a piece of cake, isn't it? It's just a matter of turning through the ball then.
And releasing it.
Exactly.
Right, cracking the whip, so to speak.
Right.
Okay, so let's hit one more.
Okay.
So, good grip. Okay, get everything moving away together. Set it. Boom. Man, you're going to get back on tour here shortly, Bob, hitting it like that.
I think I hit this one a little straighter than I hit my regular club.
So just to reiterate, I mean, we've got 5 basic aspects to training, if you will. Okay, it's not that detailed, it's not that complicated, it's pretty simple in actual fact. So you're simply taking the swing setter. If I can just borrow that for a second, Bob. You're taking the swing setter and you swing it back to halfway. We talk about this position a lot because it really is a vital point in the swing, so we say a vital component, getting it back to halfway, making sure we check it's on plane, making sure the wrists are fully set. We then can complete our turn. So that's the first one. Okay, the second one was swinging it back and then holding it halfway down, making sure that this is on this shallow plane that we keep speaking about here, holding this angle. So from here, then we can actually turn through it. So that's the second one. The third one was actually hitting balls, starting from this halfway back spot, completing the turn with the big muscles, then going ahead and hitting it. Fourth one, the L to L. When you get that L to L working, you'll find that, hey, you can really create the angle that you need on the backswing, the angle you need on the follow-through. All of a sudden, it simplifies the swing. And finally, hitting balls with the Swing Setter Pro, probably about 20 balls. So that's 60 swings. To end up your practice session, you really want to hit a few shots with your own club. Bob, why don't you take your club and hit a shot there first and see how it feels relative to the Swing Setter Pro.
All righty.
What do you think?
Felt pretty similar, David.
Did it?
Felt pretty solid.
And that's what it's all about. If you can practice with the Swing Setter Pro, preferably with a ball, certainly. If you can't manage it, at least have a few swings without a ball at home. Great club to warm up with, my goodness. If you've only got 5 minutes, just go and hit a few of these before you tee off. You'll get that feel straight away. It won't take you until the 17th hole to get the feel for your swing. So, great warm-up club. If you can learn to use the Swing Setter Pro, I think you're going to see a huge difference in your game. It's going to eliminate a lot of the flaws, a lot of the faults in your swing. It's going to give you a perfect grip, good plane, enable you to load the club correctly, good finish. People are going to be absolutely astounded how well you swing the club and how well you hit the ball. So, Bobby, listen, I want to thank you so much for joining me.
You're welcome, David. It was a pleasure.
I'm really excited about the Swing Setter Pro. I know it's going to help all of our students, and I know it's going to help all of you that have purchased one. I'm looking forward to hearing the results. Please send us emails, call us, let us know how it's working, because I'm sure you're going to see a huge difference in your game. So thanks so much. Thanks for purchasing it, and have fun on the golf course.